What's going on, everybody? In this video, I'm going to be talking about what I'm finding at this point is one of the best leg blasting tools I have at my disposal in my home gym, and that is this X3 squat belt put out by Biomedical. Obviously, they're the same people that put out the X3 bar. I originally got this bundled with the X3 Force bar when they were generous enough to actually give this to me, and I will link this product above in the review if you guys are curious about that. Now, these things do come bundled together, but I totally understand that for most people's price ranges, it's not going to be in the ballpark to get the Force bar. But the X3 squat belt can be purchased individually on their website for $89.99, which that in itself might be a little pricey, especially when you consider that you're really only using this belt for like one exercise. There is a second exercise to get into that's equally cool in my opinion, but they don't really want you to use that, but I'll discuss that in the video in a second. It should go without saying, I'm a huge fan of the X3 system. I have a whole X3 playlist on my channel, just these band bar type setups. If you guys do want to pick one of these products up, help support me in the channel, I have a promo code in the link down below the description box if you guys do want to check that out. Now, just talking about how the belt looks, on the website you actually can purchase 3 different sizes. I just opted for the medium. You can see it's got the X3 logo or the Biomedical logo. I'm not sure whichever one you want to classify that as. The belt itself looks heavy, heavy duty. It's very, well stitched. That definitely feels like good quality, and it should for, $90. The metal is a nice kind of metal buckle here to help kind of secure the strap. The Velcro, at least at this point in time as I've been using it, is also pretty heavy duty in the way it kind of holds on. There's no kind of slippage or it's not snapping off in any way, especially under heavy loads. The hooks also are metal, very heavily stitched on. They have some sort of orange kind of encasing over that metal. But overall, as you're looking at, pretty much a solid product. It's also very comfortable when you put on. I got no issues with it whatsoever so far. Now, its basic function probably is a little apparent to most people. It allows you to kind of set up and really isolate the X3 split squat, which is one of their foundational leg exercises. It's probably their most foundational leg exercise. They want people to kind of advance and default to. They do recommend the X3 bar front squat. I've even done back squats, but they don't like that either. But the problem with the front squat, according to them, is that obviously it's a little cumbersome to kind of set up. You could argue the belt actually secures that problem even with the split squat being in the front squat position. But the main reason they kind of like you people to advance to the split squat is because they find that's the best way to really isolate a particular leg and bring a leg to complete failure, also safely. So if you do kind of collapse under a load, you can do so safely without a bar kind of over you, and also you don't have to worry about 1 or 2 legs possibly getting more or less stress and tension. So it does serve the X3 system well if they can create some sort of device that actually can improve upon their staple exercise, also make it a little more comfortable. So if you got back issues or like a shoulder issue or whatever, to kind of get in that rack position, you actually can bring your leg to greater fatigue and not worry about other auxiliary muscles that are kind of failing beforehand, like your back, your shoulders, your wrists, whatever, and just focus primarily on the quadriceps, glutes, and hamstrings. And I can tell you this thing is no joke. Even when I was calibrating the X3 Force bar using the basic, white strap, I realized right away, okay, this is gonna be tough. But the first thing I did do is actually grab like the black Paraforce bands, which by the way, the Paraforce bands are still holding up. These are USA made bands. These are my favorite bands. I'm not just saying that. They have no signs of wear and tear. That's just kind of a side note. But once I threw the black Paraforce bands on, I'm like, this is not gonna happen. So I threw, this is like their second lightest band, the light gray. Paraforce band is what I threw on, and even this just lit me up immediately. I think I got just maybe shy, like maybe 18 reps or something like that, 18 to 20 reps to failure on the first time I did it. But right away, when you guys do this, the very first times you guys are gonna perform this exercise, you are gonna essentially, if you're doing it the right way, getting to failure, you're doing some forced partial reps, you will collapse. I mean, you get to the point of you're going totally, you're kind of cold, your muscles aren't really working. As you're building up that tension and stress, you get to a point where you feel like your muscles just can't do anything and you will collapse on one knee. And you're likely gonna have to give yourself a few seconds before you even get up out of the ground, because I found myself almost collapsing because my muscles still had just no energy in the tank. So I had to even give myself a few seconds to kind of get my bearings. Now that's improved a little bit, but I can say that as I've consistently been using this and also been testing the metrics with the X3 Force bar, this thing equally just kind of stresses and hits you right away, which makes this thing so awesome as an efficient tool to really blast your legs. And I've also noticed just tracking the metrics that if I don't make this my very first exercise, the numbers just go straight down. So it kind of just shows, again, just how effective and efficient this exercise is. And if I do multiple sets, same thing. Like I'm not getting anywhere near that first set. So if I want to come in fresh and kind of beat my previous goals before, this has to be my first leg exercise. And right now this is the very first leg exercise I do on my lower body day. It can be a little cumbersome to kind of like set up and get the bar fit just right, but that's just kind of a minor point. The other exercise I actually personally love, but I know X3 to their credit doesn't want people doing it because I think it devalues the system, is putting the barbell behind you and just doing a squat that way. You can load on more force and tension and heavier bands on that, but I think it's equally cool. I think I get equally amount of stress. I love the groove I'm kind of sitting into given the X3's dimensions. That's why I kind of like their smaller dimensions. They would rather have you focus on doing one set to failure in the most efficient exercise, and to them, the one that gets you to failure, that really blasts and isolates those leg muscles, really specifically the quads more than anything, but you will feel it in your hamstrings and glutes, would be that split squat. So that's why I think the real reason they don't want people doing that back squat is because of that reason. Could be safety as well, just kind of maybe in the position you're setting yourself up into, or again, maybe just a little bit cumbersome to set up. When you actually do the back squat though, I do notice the belt likes to pull a little bit further down, and it'll really stress the belt a little bit more as far as what the Velcro can handle, but otherwise I felt it handled it no problem. So would I recommend this, and who would I recommend this product to? Of course, I would recommend this if you're in the X3 universe, you got one of these setups, 100% yes. If you got back pain or shoulder issues, this is also not just an awesome exercise, but probably much more needed exercise if you can't fully really complete the regular standard exercises on their own. There's no question, like I've been saying, this is one of the best leg exercises I've done because of this belt. You could argue there might be other exercises that help supplement some other muscles that are maybe get hit more or less, but this thing will completely exhaust and blast your legs like nothing else you experience. Now, I'm not just saying that. It is a little expensive. It's up to you if you want to like kind of get into this at some point in time, but that's what's pretty cool about this. I think what's also great about X3 is in general is that they're kind of pushing the limits and trying new things and putting out new products. But yeah, just like what they're doing. I like how they're just really kind of sticking to finding creative ways to actually drill down their system and drill down their method. This thing completely complements the X3 Force Bar. It makes sense why they bundle it together, because it's really going to show you how these things can be stressed adequately together. But that's really it, guys. Any questions, comments, feedback, let me know. I'd be happy to post some updates of this thing, how it holds up over time. Happy to answer any honest questions you guys might have about this or anything else in this system. But I'll see you guys on the next video. Thank you.